Hello everyone, my name is Maria Clara Virginiasi. I'm from Faculty of Language and Literature and English Education Study Program. Now we're gonna learn about Chinese culture, so check it out. Do you know China has an interesting tradition and culture? Yes, there are so much interesting tradition and culture because of the large population. China has the largest population in the world, which is about 147 people per square kilometers. China's society has its own tradition and culture, such as calligraphy, food, dress style, language, and others. Now, we will see what are the facts about Chinese culture. Chinese calligraphy is the art of writing Chinese signs. This calligraphy has appeared since the 2nd century. They write using bamboo brushes by relying on their wrists that move swiftly. The official national language of China is Mandarin, which many people today are learning Mandarin because it is very useful in trade communication with the Chinese people. Mandarin in Melayu means minister. Mandarin is the name for the Chinese dignitaries from the Qing dynasty. This dynasty was founded by the Manchu tribe. That's why the imperial dignitaries were referred to as Mandarin, which means Manchu dignitaries. Later, the term Mandarin evolved as Mandarin, and finally, the language spoken by the Manchu rulers is called Mandarin. Chinese New Year is the most important in China. This celebration begins on the first day of the first month in the Chinese calendar. Chinese New Year ends with Cap Gomeh on the 15th. Traditionally, Chinese New Year is the time to pay homage to family, heavenly gods, and ancestors. This is also a time to unite the Chinese descendants who are in the family party and pray together. Almost country in the world know Chinese food is easily accepted by everyone's tongue. This is because Chinese food uses simple spices but has a distinctive taste. Chinese cuisines usually don't take a long cooking time, so it can be served immediately with a delicious taste, such as chapchai, kway teow, kolokke, and others. Chinese people eat more using chopsticks than other eating utensils such as spoon or forks. So, it's not surprising that more than 45 billion sticks of chopsticks are produced every year. Initially, chopsticks were invented by the Chinese since 4,000 years ago. In Chinese society, the tradition of eating together is an opportunity to get together as means strengthen the ties of brotherhood between family and friends. That's why, for a pleasant meeting, the use of sharp cutlery should be avoided. Cheongsam is a long dress for women that is tight in the body or show the curves of women's body. Cheongsam is very popular used today since 1920, which at the time Cheongsam is a clothing style worn by women of the upper class. Cheongsam is simple in shape, so it doesn't require of a lot of equipment such as scarf or belt. These clothes are usually made of various materials such as cotton or silk. If mourners generally wear black clothes, then Chinese people wear all white mourning clothes called hulam. The Chinese mourning outfits consist of an white clothes and white hat. In addition, a type of white ribbon called ha was placed on the left arm as sign of mourning. White color represents purity. The use of white clothes is to relieve the suffering of the deceased. Chinese calendar is the oldest calendar system in the world. The future strengthened that China is a country has an own civilization. The Chinese or lunar calendar has been used since the 3rd century BC. The Chinese calendar was made by Huangdi or Maharaja Kuning, who ruled in 2698 until 2599. Before you going to China, you should know what you can and can't do in China. You have to take off your shoes when you enter someone's house. Usually, every house in China has provided special home slippers. Next, never point to other people. This is considered rude and disrespectful. Next, whistling is considered very disturbing in China. Chinese people also believe that whistling at night can attract spirits. Next, when eating, never stick your chopstick parallel to the top of your rice bowl. This position of chopstick is only due when offering food to the dead people. This is considered to be unlucky. Next, if you eat soapy food like soup, sip it until make an audible sound. This is considered a compliment to the chef. Next, Chinese people really like punctual culture, so don't be late if you're in China. Next, if you receive a business card or gift from someone else, accept it with both hands. This is show respect for that person. After receiving it, read and store the card in front of your pocket or purse. Don't tuck it in the back of your pants. Next, don't give white flowers to other people in China. White flowers are only given when someone died. Next, it's very rude to give a watch as gift to an older person. This is like praying for the person to die quietly because the time of the clock symbolizes the rest of his life, which continue to run. On Chinese New Year, Chinese people are prohibited to saying a few words in their conversation, namely violating, ghost, exhaustion, death, murder, illness, loss, and poverty. Saying these words is considered to be a bad omen, and if they have to discuss it, they will replace it with another words. Visiting the hospital or taking medicine during the day of the Lantern Festival is believed to make sick throughout the next year. On Chinese New Year, sick people also deliberately break the medicine containers because they are believed to ward off the disease. Breaking glasses, plates, or other glassware on Chinese New Year is believed to be able to divide the family or make you lose money on the next year. But if you have already done it, the way to deal with it is to collect all the shards and wrap them in a red cloth. Another way is to say Sui Sui Ping An, which means safe and healthy every year. In Chinese, this word is pronounced fa, which means hair, while this word is read fa chai, which means making money or getting rich. So washing your hair on Chinese New Year is considered a waste of money in the future. Chinese people will clean their house a few days before Chinese New Year because on Chinese New Year they are prohibited from throwing or sweeping their home because It's believed that they will throw away or sweep their sustenance out. Wearing the black and white colors are carriers of bad luck because the clothes with the two colors are worn on the day of the funeral. Wearing white and black clothes will only invite bad luck, such as the death of family members. It's normal for children to cry, but on Chinese New Year, parents will make sure that their children do not cry on this special day. The reason is that crying children is believed that to invite the bad luck and disease. Chinese people believe that empty rice containers will make them deprived or experience hungry next year. Chinese people are prohibited from cutting their hair for the first month because it can invite the omen of the death of their uncle from their mother. In China, poor people could only eat porridge for their food, so breakfast with porridge during Chinese New Year reflected poverty in the future. Despite the lack of money, borrowing or lending to people on Chinese New Year is taboo and can invite economic difficulties in the coming New Year. In addition, collecting debt is also considered an appropriate thing to do. Cutting something or sewing is believed to be a sign that your relationship with the people around you will very bad. It's even possible that you will fight with friends, family, or someone. Married girls are prohibited to visiting their parents on the first day of Chinese New Year because they are believed that it will make the parents' economies difficult. No matter how tired they are during Chinese New Year, Chinese people will not spend their afternoon sleeping and resting. The reason is that napping on Chinese New Year will make them lazy for the next year. But if you accidentally oversleep, people shouldn't even wake you up because that will exhaust the sleeper all year around. Wearing a nice clothes on Chinese New Year will bring good omen. Otherwise, wearing a broken clothes during Chinese New Year will only bring bad luck.